Good morning, witches. Welcome to our daily divination ceremony for August 16th, 2026, where we are asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? It being the middle of August in the Northern Hemisphere, uh, it is busy. It's busy, busy, busy go time. There's a lot going on. You're having better clarity as to what your harvest is going to be this year, not just agriculturally, but your internal harvest as well, or the harvest of the seeds that you planted in the spring, as far as what you want for your life, the life that you're wanting to build. Anyway, it's all coming clear now. So that means that we're all really busy and a lot of us are really stressed out and overstimulated. So if you're watching this, hello, I see you. Uh, get it. You're a lot more connected than you've been made to believe. We are a lot more connected than we've been made to believe. And we're very, very connected to the seasons. So you can likely very much feel it in your bones, this transition that's about to happen in the changing of the seasons. So, yeah, I see you. I see you. Let's get into it then. All right. So, we're going to be pulling some tarot cards. The way that I do this is different than what you're accustomed to because I am centering you repairing your relationship with your intuition. So, that's a little bit different. You don't have to have a deck of tarot cards or oracle cards in order to participate in this ceremony. You can use bibliomancy or other forms of divination as well, whatever's the most comfortable for you or whatever form of divination you are currently trying to become familiar with, right? Whatever you're practicing. And yeah, let's do this. I'm going to start by taking 3 deep breaths, and then I'm going to do the ceremony that I do to get my system prepared for divination. I would suggest that you do the same. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is the time that we're all doing it. Okay. Stim if you need to. This divination ceremony is specially curated for neurodivergent black sheep cycle breaking queerdo witches. Very specific group of people. And I'm okay with that. Let's do this. I humbly invite all that is fire within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is air within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is earth within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is water within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I beckon to this system. May we now align as one, for my cousins are the elements, and so the moon and sun. I call to those who love me. You are welcome in this space, for our nature is united, sharing magic, life, and grace. And now we make a declaration of intention. So repeat after me. I choose now in this moment to align with my whole self. To pull the book that tells my story from its place upon the shelf. I enter now this circle made of trust and hope and power. And I show up for my practice in this place and at this hour. because I am home. All right, let's do this. By this, I mean put out the incense because, boy, howdy. There we go. Grab your decks and spread them, witches. Good morning, Kim. Right. So, the card on the top of the deck represents the answer to our question. Where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? And the card at the bottom of the deck represents how we're getting in our own goddamn way. Because we got to look at that stuff. The Magician reversed is the card that we drew for where our attention needs to be. So this is the card. And I'm going to read the prompt that's written on that card. This is the Tarotorial deck by Raven and Rogue. This is the OG version of it. So there. I'm going to read directly from the card so that I don't influence your initial interpretation of what this card means to you. Okay. Make some changes. Someone may not have your best interests at heart, or perhaps your subconscious is self-sabotaging. Don't make sudden, reckless decisions. Beware of self-doubt and manipulation. And the upright says, the magician is pointing to the capability and resources at your disposal. The mind and the universe are only reflections of one another. Remember that you are powerful so that the outer world may recognize your strength. I love this for us, by the way. All right. You're brewing. You are brewing on this. That's what's happening. Are you ready for me to influence you? Besides the cackling, of course. I can't help myself. All right. So To me, the magician represents, okay, so this is what's coming up with this, like in this place. So, what does the magician do? Right? They take this inner world and bring it into the outer world. That's essentially what they're doing. And it takes that determination and it takes that being resourceful and it takes you working with potential in order to bring whatever it is that is within you or from the spirit world into the physical world, right? The magician works as that like bridge, but to do that, you have to recognize that you have the power to do it in the first place, right? Now, in a reversed position, this like bringing what doesn't exist yet into fruition, that is also the same pathway that is done for using it, that is used for manipulation and coercion, right? It's getting others to believe in something necessarily that doesn't exist yet or doesn't exist or won't exist, right? So it depends on the goal of the magician, right? On whether or not they are doing this and creating a reality or what kind of reality they're creating, right? But you have the authority to do that, right? So today, it's very tidy because we're all up in the harvest season in the northern hemisphere. And so it's interesting that we're being brought to look at kind of our authority, the resources we have at hand. Like what are we able to actually do? Right? And how are we doing that? Uh are we I guess it's what place are we doing that from? Creating this world. Is this world for connection? Is this world for uh control? Like what are you creating the world in order to manipulate others? That's the coercion and illusion thing. Or are you creating this world to support others? This like and this could be that you are afraid that you might be the guy that is creating the illusion or the manipulative illusion. So this is kind of like a what side of the coin are you on? What is your relationship with a magician or being a magician? All right. So now we got to look at how we're getting in our own way about this. What are we in resistance to or in denial of that's influencing our ability to see that we have the authority and power and resources to make this world? And that is the 4 of Pentacles upright. So here we go. This is the card. I'm going to read that prompt. You've managed to accumulate a significant amount of material wealth after working very hard to get to the point you're at now. Be sure not to become overly greedy and hoarding your fortune. Without risk, there is no reward. Don't be afraid to jump into uncharted territory. Try a new venture. Invest in business or seek new opportunities. And the reverse is you've been nothing but materialistic and have been spending your money carelessly and wildly. You should get a hold of your financial resources before they start running dry. You may also be having a difficult time trusting people and are being greedy with your emotions. Okay. So that is the Four of Pentacles. So it's your relationship with the Four of Pentacles that's influencing your ability to see your power as the magician. So what does that mean to you? So I'm going to side quest just a little bit. So uh, we found a skunk in the chicken coop the other night, a little baby skunk, so freaking cute, right? But terrible idea to have it in the chicken coop. But it's completely like unconcerned about us, right? So it just toddles around. And so we started us being all of us are neurodivergent and all of us have different forms of echolalia anyway. So the geese on Aristocats that have that like that dun, 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 that. So now we're all doing that every time we toddle around like the house or when we're waiting for something. So it's becoming this whole thing, all based off of this tiny little skunk. So that's what was going on in my head just now as I was letting you guys kind of brew on this was the little welcome to my world. All right. So this is an interesting pairing, this Four of Pentacles and the Magician, because the Magician, yeah, you're welcome. uh, because the Four of Pentacles is about like your access to resources, right? Whether that's earned or through proximity or whatever, your access to resources, something that you are um, being mindful of, right? Which there's nothing wrong with being mindful of your access to resources. But that relationship is really complicated because of our indoctrination into the big cappy pappy. It's kind of distorted and twisted sometimes, right? And we are in really uncertain times, especially when it comes to security, uh, restraint, financial scarcity, that kind of stuff. So it makes sense why there's this like uncertainty going on or this complicated relationship, or you're in resistance to looking at that relationship with scarcity or investment because you're not looking at that. Your relationship with scarcity and investment is influencing your ability to be a magician about this, or it is making it to where you are under the control of a magician. Do you see that? So if you recognize that as a magician, it makes it to where you have unlimited access to resources, your relationship with scarcity shifts if that's genuine, because you have like everything at hand that you need in order to live this life. But you're not in a position to where you're trusting that. Does that make sense, guys? You are a magician. You can bring the unseen into the physical world. And the only thing hanging you up about that is your belief that you actually can. Or someone else is like you're dependent on someone else's relationship with that bringing something into it. And it's creating this control or this illusion kind of dynamic. So if you just see that you can do the thing too, then that illusion will break. Okay. And that will influence your relationship with scarcity, with resources, access to resources. Okay. Okay. This is a hard one. Our relationship with like financial stuff is so twisty and turny and is going to take a lot of attention to kind of untangle that. And it takes these what I call like a trust fall into your magical path because you're going to be faced oftentimes we're going to be faced with catalyst that gives us this opportunity to do this. Do I trust my path or do I engage with my life in the way that I've always done before? Right? And that's scary. Right? That's like doing a trust fall into your path. But the more you do that, the more you're giving the universe or your magic an opportunity to come in and show up for you. You can start seeing how that works. And it completely shifts how you engage with your life. This is one of the reasons why we're wanting to do this weekly podcast, The Rise of the Wayward, that Morgana and I are going to start doing by inviting you into our lives so that you can actually see that in action. What does it look like when magicians manifest life? And how does that unfold? How do they make the decisions that they make about their life? Uh, and you can see firsthand how it just like it really does become more effortless, guys. You get to really choose what you invest in. Uh, well, you guys are doing a good job. If no one else is telling you that, you're doing a good job. You're engaging. If you are mainstreaming, you're engaging in a way of living that is very challenging for our systems to navigate. Very, very challenging. And as you begin to liberate yourselves from that illusion that you were handed as a child, anyway, um, you will start to see these kinds of like how your power shows up in really cool ways. You're just engaging with your life in a way that doesn't have a place for magic. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It means you were very well indoctrinated. All right. Ta-da! That is our reading for the day. I will be back tomorrow and we're going to do this again at the same time. Until then, let's close out this circle. Hand on your heart and take a deep breath. This working is now closing, but the magic has just begun. I humbly thank the elements and both the moon and sun. To all who chose to bless this flow, I now sincerely thank you. May our practice be expansive and our course be clear and true. All right, witches, until I see you again, if you can't be good at it. Bye.